evening, afternoon. Appreciate you guys making time for us. So if you don't know me, I'm Adam Jackson, co-founder at Braintrust. I'm CEO of a company called Freelance Labs, which is one of the core teams that builds Braintrust. Quick background, I'm a software engineer by training. Braintrust is my fourth venture-backed project. I'm an active investor in tech companies, LP in a lot of funds. And part of kind of the fun of helping run and lead this network is we get to see trends from, as they're happening. We're kind of on the bleeding edge of the knowledge worker labor market. We have a 500,000 almost talent members around the globe, 1,000 customers or so, give or take, mostly big enterprise customers. I want to share, some trends, some leading indicators that we're seeing. So, first of all, hiring. So, not news to anybody here. We're in a a global macro, what I would call sort of an enterprise recession. At the beginning of the year, we had almost 3/4 of our clients on hiring freeze. Today, we're starting to see that thaw a little bit. Overall, we have fewer clients in hiring freeze. Some of them are dipping their toes back in as they do 2024 planning. Interestingly, we saw the most jobs posted in the last 12 months since September of 2022. Record amount of jobs. So it's a leading indicator of positive momentum, and companies starting to come out of this and say, okay, we sharpened our pencils, our belts are tightened. In 24, we're going to start playing offense a little more. We'll talk a minute about unemployment. I think the unemployment numbers the government puts out are very broad. Obviously, there's a shortage of unskilled labor. The skilled labor market is sort of the opposite story. We've unfortunately gone through massive layoffs over the last year, which has put a lot of knowledge workers back into the labor market. So I'll share some of the stats that kind of are downstream from that. So we've had over 290,000 new talent signups just in the first 9 months of this year versus 40,000 in the same period last year. More talent sign up to Braintrust in the last 3 months than we saw in all of 2022. Again, largely from the tech layoffs. So these are qualified folks, many in the US, folks that, companies spent money on recruiters to go get, right? So very, very dramatic swing from 18 months ago. We'll talk a little bit about rates. So because there are more talent competing every job, we're seeing rates soften in about average decline of around 23% quarter over quarter for our top 3 roles, which are engineering, product design. And as a reminder, that one of the things that makes Braintrust unique, as Gabe said, we're a user-owned network. So the rates are market driven, right? So talent set their own rates. So if someone really wants to get that product management job and they're willing to do it for 120 an hour instead of 150, that's what the rate is, and that's what our system shows, right? It's a true marketplace. Unlike if you go to a big staffing firm or a big design agency where kind of the price is the price. One of the bright spots, which I'm sure is not totally mind-blowing to anybody on this call, is AI. So the one category, AI is completely immune to everything I just said. It's almost the opposite. In fact, 16% of all jobs on Braintrust right now are in the AI category. As a side note, I firmly believe AI is a technology trend that will end up creating more jobs than it destroys. It will certainly obviate the need for lower level jobs that do a lot of repetitive tasks. It is giving birth to a whole new set of skill sets. I mean, I didn't even know what a prompt engineer was a year ago, and now I'm hiring them, routinely. So demand for these skills is huge. Every business should be thinking about AI. I mean, but whether you're consumer packaged goods or pure tech or industrial or automotive, everyone should have a strategy or should be thinking about it. So I wanted to throw that out there. If you're kind of wondering, like, how should we think about this? We're here to help. You can either post a job on Braintrust and have an AI consultant or product manager help guide you. You can even contact me or someone on the core team, and we'd be happy to help as well. Braintrust is we're embedding AI in every aspect of our marketplace, so happy to help there. Next topic is remote. Everybody knows the world was forced into remote only several years ago, and is now sort of thinking about, are we hybrid, or do we bring people back to the office? And what we're seeing is remote is almost like it's table stakes now for a lot of tech talent. So obviously there's plenty of jobs that can't be done remotely, but for designers, engineers, product managers, project managers, DevOps, security people, they've moved to where they want to live, and remote is the only thing they want to do. So we're about 90% remote on Braintrust. We're starting to see things thaw out here, and we think Q4 will probably be kind of like Q3, but as we get into 2024, things starting to turn around here. So anyway, if you're hiring, it's a good time to be hiring right now.